Hello and welcome to another Dominion League match in Season 75, playing against Willpower. I don't think I've played them before. Let's see, we've got Panic, okay, Collection, Actions from Town, Draw from Advisor, Mapmaker, Mountain Shrine. Probably going to want to open with a Mountain Shrine. What else do we want to open with? Carpenter looks pretty good. There's a lot of stuff that we would want to gain with that. So I'm thinking Carpenter, Mountain Shrine. It's not critical that we hit 5 quickly, though getting a collection would presumably be nice, but... Oh, Panic with collection. That's going to be annoying. We still got to play with collection, but yeah, okay. If a pile empties, there's some potential that we can mid-turn regain collections. I'm surprised. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense if they had a 3-4. Alright, do we want Ride? With Panic, I'm not really feeling the need for second Mountain Shrine too badly. We might still get one, but I don't think I want to get one now and have potentially not too much money next turn. Right, Settlers doesn't look very good in the long term because the coppers are all going to go away. So probably just Ride. Okay, maybe we take a second Mountain Shrine here. We're going to want a town. Yeah, let's go ahead and get another Mountain Shrine. I think... I'll go ahead and draw with this. As I was going to say, getting the 2 coins isn't going to do too much anyway. We're just going to have Terminal Collision. Well, we might not. Maybe we do. Okay, let's get another town. Panic is almost active. We want another town. Or do we want... What is the only plus actions? We don't have any draw right now, except for the horse. But if any... I mean, we could potentially trash an action to activate the Mountain Shrines. Just like, Advisor is going to be a lot better once Panic actually activates and we get all the coppers out of our deck. But in the meantime, we could also look at Mapmaker. We're still kind of low on towns, though, for that. I feel like. Yeah, I think I'm going to get one more town. Alright, here comes the Panic. Everybody freak out. We could take a collection here. That seems fine. Sure. Damn it, really? No horse, none of the other towns, just fucking nothing. Okay. Kind of forgot about us having like a million buys from Panic. I don't think we want to do anything with that right now, but it's something to keep in mind going forward. All right, towns are empty. Carpenter's no longer gaining stuff, which I think is beneficial to us because I don't think having a second carpenter is going to be that great here, for the, at least in the short term. Well, there's no reason to trash copper with Mountain Shrine. There's no reason not to play this normally. Okay, so down there we have Carpenter and we have Collection. I would... would I like to see the Collection? That's not actually clear. We just stop here. We have 4, 8, 10. Maybe go like Collection Advisor. We could get a Courtier. Courtier's not great, but it does give, like, provide us with fodder. We could also get a Map Maker. I'm gonna do... what is the Carpenter going to do? That's the reason we need the Courtier, right? Go Courtier, Map Maker. We could also just trash the Carpenter, I guess. Hopefully their Carpenter will trash something and activate our Mountain Shrines. It is unfortunate that we only got 5 towns when we're player 1, and we like had so many more of them early. Was it that turn where I collided the Mountain Shrines second time? I guess there was only one left at that point. Yeah. Not trashed thing. We could just trash the Carpenter. They do anything with their Carpenter? No. It'd be easy enough to regain it. Want another one. Really would be good draw here. Okay. Just go coins gold. Okay, so I want to replace the Collection, I think. What I'm thinking about is like we can ultimately buy a bunch of rides. But we do need Collection in our deck to do anything with that. We could buy 2 rides and another 5. Maybe we have enough draw on our deck at this point for that to just work. Could have been better to get Advisor, but they're still not doing anything with their Carpenter right now. I wonder what their plan is. They're just going to do Gold to Province, I guess. Oh. Interesting. It's a lot of courtiers. Without triple types on the board. I don't know about that. Yeah, wow. You do not... I don't think you have the actions for all that. Fortunately, I didn't need to play all those horses. Alright. Take my 2 collections back. And... we don't... like, right now we don't really need draw as much as we need payload. How do we get more payload? Like, we could take a courtier, I guess. We have the ability to draw the additional gold. Yeah, maybe that is the play. Attacking their courtier seems like it could actually be annoying for them, but then again, they are kind of light on actions. I think this is correct. Gold to advisor, wow. Okay. Seems strange to me. Gold goes most of the way towards buying an advisor. Those other 3 cards, one of them's a carpenter, an advisor, and something. I don't know. I guess we should play the map maker. Guess again we have an awkward number of actions. Okay. Collections. Now we take like 2 advisors and a ride or something. We want the carpenter? I don't know that we do particularly. A lot of town discards. Armed with the advisor draw. I'm guessing they don't have another town in hand. Yeah. One of the reasons to take the rides helps with that. I mean, I only took 1, but I'm going to take more. There's a mountain shrine. Interesting. Do we have the actions? So we have 2 more towns to play, which is going to get us to 5 actions, and then those 5 actions get spent on mountain shrine, courtier, map maker. Yeah, okay. I guess we might as well play this. I guess we don't need the map maker, actually. Okay. 2 collections. Is there any chance 25 or 20? Yeah, it's the mountain shrine pileout thing is getting kind of close. Not sure how I feel about taking 2 more advisors, but I guess it's probably fine. Maybe we just take 1. And 4 rides. Just build something of a VP lead. This turn, none of those discards matter. Oh, this seems like possibly bad order if they plan to take a gold. Should play a town first. I guess you have 2 towns in hand. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. Well, one thing I guess the problem is we have no duration draw or anything like that. Like in theory, we could buy a bunch of coppers to have extra payload for our last turn. It's just that like it's risky because then you could just draw a bunch of coppers and be sad. In theory, if we have enough horses, like maybe it's fine. But I don't know. We didn't add any payload this turn, so our turn's going to look the same, more or less. Piles will presumably be lower, though. If they take another advisor, should just be able to win. On mountain shrines. If they don't do that, I think it's probably time to add a carpenter. Carpenter can turn horse into something. Hopefully we can not play all of our horses too, and then like be accumulating some spare draw. They could get a lot of points here if they just buy a bunch of rides. Okay, they're not doing that. Yeah, I probably should have. I probably should have taken the carpenter. Well, I guess if I had the carpenter and not the advisor, then carpenter over 2 rides? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Would prefer not to play the map maker. Excuse me. Okay. Town in the discard. I guess we're going to play at least one horse. Okay, so need our collections back. On a carpenter. 4 rides. Do we want to buy any coppers? The carpenter gives us effectively extra payload. It should be enough for each. I don't think I want to take the risk. Just too much can go wrong. They still have 2 carpenters, so they do have some extra reach from that. I guess. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. This probably doesn't matter. Do they have it? What? That's a very strange move. Surely you don't need a buy. Oh, wow. I did not see that at all. Huh. Well played. Yeah, I did not see that at all. That was well done. Herbalist gets around panic. Does it? I did not think about that in the slightest. Not in the slightest. That's an invisible card. Okay. Only draw on this board is monkey. There's no plus actions. Well, probably want to play with Tanuki. Tanuki market square stuff could just be better than trying to draw. We can amass Tanuki. We could open double Tanuki if we want to. The cost of not playing with Chapel. But that might be okay, honestly. I think we do want the silver. Silver's a better Tanuki target than some other things, like copper. All right, let's see how the chapel skip goes. This should be... Can we get our deck fat enough to support 3 Tanukis? Probably not this shuffle. We could consider getting a vampire here, then. And then next turn, a market square or 2. Like silver to vampire. That seems reasonable to me. Take another silver? I think so. I think this is just 2 market squares. I'd also consider trashing the lucky coin to another vampire. We have a silver down there, but I guess the question is, do we want to keep gaining silvers? Maybe. It's hard to say. I think I'll keep it around for another shuffle. I do want to get to like a 3 Tanuki deck if I can. So just take another market square. I think you can have too many market squares here. Oh, we do have to see the silver. Hey! I don't want that. I guess we could just Tanuki a market square. Tanuki market square into vampire and take a gold? We top deck 4 cards. We kind of want a 3rd Tanuki. Well, we can get that with the vampire. Yeah, okay. Nope, not that. That. All right, now I guess we could take some covens. Like silver to coven, get another gold. That looks reasonable to me. I mean, not that I really care about coven, but it's like, whatever. I gotta get something. All right, I think I'm just taking a province here. Do we want to gain a silver in a market square? Nah, sure, I guess, maybe, probably. It's not clear. Polluted? It doesn't matter. Alright, I think... So this is Silver to Coven, and then... Going forward, we might start taking duchies. Oh, we bottom decked the Vampire. Oh well. Probably just take a... duchy off of it. Vampire, I mean. Guess I'll take the last market square. I don't like this hand. Need gold. Guess I'm gonna play the market square. I mean, we aren't currently down in points. Does it make any sense? We have another vampire down here too. Doesn't make sense to trash the estate. The question is, does it make sense to take a province here? Is there any risk that our opponent doubles? We could also do silver to duchy by estate. That might actually be the play. I mean, if we take a... I don't know. I'm going to go with that. Oh, they triggered the shuffle. Do we province here, or do we triple duchy? Province duchy or triple duchy? Province duchy does not... Yeah, we triple duchy. Unfortunately, now we have no vampires. Just bats. We don't really have a lot of gold either. Okay. So province isn't entirely safe right now. But we could buy an estate and make it safer. So we're playing the market squares. Ooh, okay. We go province duchy. That's better. Okay, I think we get this. Yeah. Chapel skip. Okay. I don't see any trashing. That's obnoxious. Is this board slow enough that we play with Alchemist? I mean, we probably don't open Potion for it either way. Cobbler looks pretty good. Voyage Alchemist is awkward as heck. So that's not great. Oh wait, there's a mass again. Is there anything we want to do with that? I mean, we could open double 4, I guess. Ali map maker. I mean, I'd like to get an old map, but I am first player, so I should be able to get one turn 3 if I want one. That badly. Yeah, sure. Ali map maker. No. Well, alright. I need to play the alley. Ah, okay. That's better. We might play our cobbler before they do. It's a good thing there's a lot of sifting on this board, since there is no trashing, as I said. Do we go ahead and just take... So next turn we probably take a potion, right? It would have been nice to hit 5 again, but... I'm gonna trigger a shuffle. I think I'm just gonna take an old map. I would just like to have one. Oh, they did play the cobbler first. Okay. Oh, I didn't think about that was going to happen. That's annoying. I'm not terribly interested in getting gold just yet. Like, I have more payload than I want in my deck. That's not the issue. Would like to get another cobbler, as I said. It's not looking too likely right this second. Yeah, also we have Snowy Village for plus buy, so... Oh, interesting. 4 debt for a changeling? Seems a little dubious, to be honest. Fortunately, we still can't get the cobbler. Down there we have the old map. I'm gonna trigger a shuffle with that. Oh, we have the alchemist too. We're gonna trigger a shuffle with that. Okay. We're probably gonna want to gain a snowy village next turn. In which case, I think getting a second map maker is reasonable. Oh, gaining a changeling to gain an alchemist is really good, though. Hadn't thought about that. I should do that. Alright, I guess we're buying... Well, we could just buy 2 alchemists, or gain 2 alchemists. Maybe that makes more sense. Versus getting the second cobbler now. Problem is, next turn, it's going to be hard to gain another cobbler. Could do the gold mine thing, and then next turn try to gain a changeling and play it. I don't know how likely they are to be able to do that. I think I'm just going to take the cobbler. Funny thing is, it didn't matter. We could have bought Alchemist and Changeling for Cobbler. We could have done it the other way around, and it didn't matter. Are going to need to get some plus buy. It's just that couldn't pass up on the... Oh, wow, that's an early seize. What? I really want to see both of these cobblers. I guess I should play them both. Alright. Should be splitting the alchemists. I mean, I could just take 2 snowy village or 2 changelings to guarantee it. I'll definitely take 1 changeling. I think taking a snowy village should be fine though. Ugh. False alarm. Okay, alchemist. And what? This is where I wouldn't have minded picking up a gold mine. 1 more coin if I had it, but I don't. Oh, maybe I should have taken the 2 changelings. Sunken Treasure would be a way to get gold mine, but otherwise isn't doing too much. So taking a second old map doesn't seem that exciting. We could just take a silver. It seems reasonable. If we ever want to play with Pendant, be the thing anyway to have a silver in the deck. I mean, mean, pendant is worth 5 coins. It's not bad. This is a surprisingly bad turn. Okay, I'm gonna get the gold mine. Maybe one more alley. I think I'm only gonna play one cobbler. One more alley, and then we can afford to add 2 more terminals to our deck. It could be another map maker, but you can also see the argument for Slay. Accumulate some draw, but it's not gonna help us draw this coming turn. I'm gonna take another alley. Yeah, we could take another old map here. And to spin to Sunken Treasure just to like set up to be able to take Distant Shore. Would be good. We have not the 9 coins in our deck. That's going to be down to 8 if we gold mine, but that's probably fine. Add like a pendant and something. Play maybe. Oh, just provincing. Okay. I think there's more to be done here. Not like a lot more necessarily, but... Oh, right. I was going to rotate. Don't forget. You know, that's pretty annoying, actually. This order. I guess it's probably fine, though. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we could just take a province. I do want a pendant, though. It's worth 5 coins. It's kind of a lot. That plus one more gold would be enough to get us to double province. Not next turn, but afterwards. I'm gonna take a pendant. And do we take a sleigh? Maybe Mapmaker is better anyway. Like, in terms of what we're spending our terminal space on. Also take a stack in Snowy just as insurance. That might be a good idea. Alright, so we had 8. We're gonna have 13. If we gain another gold, we're gonna have 12. We need to think about how this is all going to interact with seas as well. There's also the consideration of distant shore. You need to be careful with that. Like if we just stuff our deck full of estates, that's not great. It does activate map makers, but also activates the opponent's map makers. Well, they're never going to have map makers on top. So that part doesn't matter too much. So we could potentially take more map makers. So if we wanted to get as many distant shores as possible, what would that look like? What would that look like? Rotate. I mean, I guess we could rotate by 2 of them this turn with the 12 coins that we would have if we gain 1 more gold. Sure. Although I notice, once again, we have bottom decked some of our action cards. Doesn't matter which of these we take. Yeah. Do we not take the gold this turn? Is that the play? Maybe. We have enough money for that to work out. Nine, 12, 7. Wait, what? I miscounted my money. Don't want to trigger the shuffle though. Oh well. Now we should be able to trigger the map maker off of distant shore. How is it that they've only been hitting 8 anyway? Have they just been like under drawing, not seeing all of their copper? That must be the case. I don't know why that would be the case either, though. Like they should have about the same amount of draw that I do. Very strange. This time they took 4 debt. And they still had plenty of money. So they must have just been like super underdrawing, but it's weird. Well, we do have to find a distant shore in order to be able to activate the map makers with it. That is a relevant consideration. Okay. Oh my god. Do we care about these old maps? I guess. Up. I'm not sure how many estates I really want to take, you know? I don't have to take more than the one. Alright, we discarded 2 estates, silver and a distant shore. We want to see the silver. So we just play the snowies. A distant shore. Take a province. And call it a day, I guess. Look at C stuff next turn. We had 20 coins. So we can do double province Cs. Oh, I did not. I was thinking. Okay, never mind. I was looking at the pile out situation, thinking there's not really anything they can threaten. But I totally forgot about Slay gaining changelings. Fortunately, they didn't draw well enough for that to matter. But all right, yeah. So we look for double province Cs, and then. Do we gain another map maker? Probably. There's a possibility that we can pile that way. Okay. care about the second snowy village. Again, I don't want to put more estates in my deck than I need to. An argument that we will need to play. Argument is not the right term, but it's definitely possible that we will need to play another distant shore this turn to draw, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. Okay. Looks like we don't. Okay, this time I think we take old Matt. Well, we only have 4 buys, so we're not getting a pile out unless we gain a gold with the gold mine and then draw the changeling, and that's not like it seems easier to get double province. I think it's just old map. I guess we can. Well, we don't need the potion. Discard that. Okay. Okay. It was definitely a little nerve-wracking because, like, it was definitely possible to dud, even with all the alchemists, but fortunately we didn't. Alrighty. 5-2. That's probably good. Vampire. Cursed Village Souk. Do we want a monastery? I don't think so. Like, between Bat and Souk, we should be able to trash pretty well, and I don't want to risk bottom decking my Vampire, and the monastery is not very good early anyway, and yeah. Yeah. So yeah, oh, there's also Royal Carriage Souk. Ooh. So that's what you're actually doing. You just want to Royal Carriage like 1 Souk a million times. I mean, you probably take more than 1 Souk, but like that's the real power payload here. Monastery is the Young Witchbane. So I guess it might have been worth taking if Power had opened Young Witch, but they didn't. Sadly, we can't get exploration value here. I think we want Souk, which means I think we want to buy nothing to trash 2. We are going to want another Vampire. Down there we have Bat, 2 estates, and a dungeon. It's like we could trash 2 with another Souk here. Or we could get another Vampire. Or do we need another Vampire? Maybe we don't. We also get Expand. We still have 2 estates, although we're potentially going to trash them with the Bat. But we could not, I suppose. That is tricky. Dungeon potentially triggers a shuffle, which means that terminal collision becomes pretty likely. Oh, man. Royal Carriage is an option. Cursed Village is an option. I think maybe I actually like Royal Carriage. I think it's worth triggering the shuffle here, getting the dungeon into play, and even though the vampire will miss the shuffle. All right, now we're... Oh, right, we need to... We're going to be triggering a shuffle with dungeon. Brain was stuck, but... Okay, so... How do we do this? Souk, dungeon, cursed village. We are going to run out of stuff to trash with the bat, but that's fine. Lost a dungeon. Whatever. Actually, a little unclear whether we should even play this first village right now, but I think we probably should. All right, do we want to call the royal carriage? Souk is worth 5, so it gets us from 8 to 13. That's probably worth it, yeah. Oh, well, never mind. We're not playing the coppers, but it gets us to another 5, and that's good. All right, I think this is Cursed Village, Royal Carriage. Man, I guess the bat is going to have stuff to trash. We should play at least one of these Souks before we play the Cursed Village. Should we play the... both? We have 3 cards. Those are all coppers, right? Yeah, we should play them both. Oh, wait. Well, maybe that's fine. Leave the 2 coppers on top. We don't have a dungeon in play. Okay. 4 cards. It's 4 cards either way. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we replace the dungeon. We lost, except it's coming out of play. Nah. We could just go 555 and then we have stuff to trash with the bat. Alright. Do we want one more Curse Village? We probably do. Envious, don't care. Carriage, carriage. That's a rough one. All right, we have 2 Souks. We probably do play this one. Oh no, wait, we have to play. Never mind, it doesn't matter. We have to play the Curse Village first, and then we see. We have 3 dungeons now. It's a lot of dungeons. It's not bad though, honestly. Now the question is, do we call on the Souk now? Think so. I don't think we're going to be able to do much better than this. It turns out that we are. Carriage. Carriage. I kind of do want another dungeon. Could be like dungeon, Souk. How do we actually win the game? So it's a little unclear. But oh, right. We could trash the bat instead of getting a vampire. I think I'd rather have the vampire. Gives us more pile opportunities. This was almost a really bad hand. We should maybe have... Oh, we have the dungeon too. Yeah, maybe it's fine. So we maybe should have considered leaving a carriage on the mat, but I want the good cards. Yeah, I think I want to try to not have to take any more hexes from Curse Village, which is to say not take any more Curse Villages. Well, it's starting to look like we can just pile here, depending on what their vampire does, assuming that that's the last card in their hand. Seems likely. I don't know if there's anything the vampire's going to do to like totally wreck that, but if I get miserable, that would be one thing that would have the potential. I didn't even pay any attention to Triumphal Arch. Gaining more Souks does get us more points. So actually, we don't need to score at all. That's good. That makes it easier. Yeah, I really think we should just be winning here. There it is. Well, I wanted these cards in hand anyway. Okay. We play the dungeon now. What else is down here? More carriages? It's good to get down. Okay, so the last two cards are a copper and a souk. So we're gonna have 3 cards. So it doesn't matter which things we carriage, I guess. Oh no. I will spare them the X. Yeah, I think that 5-2 was pretty good. Okay. Mountain Shrine is back. Snowy Village is back. Courtier is back. Highway is here. Mountain. How do we feel about just Mountain Shrine Avoid? Oh, Kind Emperor. Okay. I mean, it could be Mountain Shrine Ratcatcher as well, but I think Avoid is just better. Like, we would probably want Ratcatcher, but we can get that when we aren't in a position to utilize Avoid. I guess the question is, do we put any estates into the shuffle, or do we just chuck them all? I mean, the Mountain Shrine could miss the shuffle, you know. We got 11 cards. If we remove 8, or sorry, we remove 3, we're left with 8. We could just remove 1. Like, that's still definitely doing something. Honestly, I think that might even be the way to go. I didn't think about just buying a Void Mountain Shrine. Maybe you should have thought about that. I mean, the odds of Eternal Collision would be fairly high, but... So I think... Next turn we're going to have 4. We could probably go avoid Ratcatcher next turn, and then do we want a highway already? I don't need a Snowy Village at some point. I think we don't need it just yet. Highway doesn't help us buy too much without plus buy, but it does make it easier to utilize a void, and we are going to want the highways ultimately. Yeah. All right, so do we leave any estates in the shuffle? gonna say no. This could be a little sad. We can find our highway, even if we don't find the mountain shrine. We could still get like avoid Snowy Village or something. Okay, well, that's... yeah. Kind Emperor is going to come online soon. So I like getting the Snowy because I'm anticipating having plus buy soon. I'm just going to go ahead and keep the estates out of the shuffle for now. We are going to want to trash them eventually, but go ahead and call this. Not completely obvious that I should. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe now is when we don't click avoid. I'm going to find the mountain shrine, get the Kind Emperor, get the highway, but... well, I guess we... No, yeah, because we played the Snowy Village. We would have gotten to play the highway. That would have been better, obviously. Well, we can get highway now. So kind, that Emperor. Alright, something else to consider is whether we want to play with Courtier. This kingdom has very little in the way of draw. Like, we gotta have activate Mountain Shrine, and then it's still like, you only can play so many terminals. Do we just buy a Void? Think so. Too bad we didn't get one more coin. We could buy another Ratcatcher. It does give us an option to power up Mountain Shrine, so I guess why not? We have a copper on top, okay. So no reason not to just check all that. If we want to trash copper, we can trash copper. Okay. I was thinking, okay, we get the last two highways. Oh, no, yeah, okay. Surely they'd buy a highway here. Okay, well, we're definitely at the point where we could play with a courtier anyway. Buy the highway. Might as well. We could also buy enhance. Instead of avoiding. I think I like that. Just get the copper out of the deck right away. Ooh. Excuse me. But what is this? We need to gain a Ratcatcher just so that we can, like, draw a card and hopefully find a highway? Like this, how many coppers do we even have? Played 2, this is all of our coppers. If we gain a Ratcatcher, and I mean we could find the courtier, but other than that. That's so annoying. Wow. Oh, farmer's market. It wouldn't be bad for us to have another mountain shrine, but we can gain that when we have... So those 3 cards are all highways. We cannot play all of this. We have to... Yeah, it's obnoxious. Or should we take action by here? Hold on. We have these 2 coppers. We have 2 coins from Mountain Shrine. We have 6 highways. Province costs 2. Probably want to add 1 more snowy village. Nobody's trashed an action yet. We get the coins. We could enhance again. Yeah, maybe we do take the coins. Yeah, okay, fine. All right. We just take 2 provinces. I think so. And I want to try to trash a Ratcatcher and then gain a mountain shrine. Oh my god. Why? Why can I not top deck any highways? What the hell? Ugh. That's so aggravating. I guess we're gaining another Ratcatcher. Frig! 6 out of these 7 cards are highways. If we gain a Ratcatcher, we are guaranteed to be able to draw. What is buying a duchy going to do? At some point, gaining a gold will make some sense, but... Okay, I guess we just double province and, you know, hope that we have... Oh my god. That was 3 turns in a row. We saw 0 highways on top. Like, obviously we were ahead. Like, I don't mean to suggest otherwise, but that was crazy. Like... You didn't know the struggles I was having as I was winning that game. Oh my gosh. Okay. Void is back. Blockade is a good card. There's lots of good stuff to gain with it, too. So we're going to open Blockade. Could just be, 5-2. That's potentially pretty good. Do we open Blockade of Void? Probably, yeah. Okay, this is not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. We are going to have to deal with the fact that there's no estate trashing. Ah, damn it. That's annoying. We could take a sheepdog to clear the shuffle next turn. I think that's pretty reasonable. Tiara, what would Tiara let us do? If we take the sheepdog, we're guaranteed to have 4. Let me take another blockade. Yeah, I think so. All right, how do we feel about counterfeit number 2? I'm pretty good about it. Took a charm. Charm is pretty good for gaining more 4 costs, for sure. The other consideration for next turn is just double avoid. We do double avoid. There's not really much argument for second counterfeit right now. In which case, I could see the argument for charm. Yeah. Okay. I think that's actually the play. Still playing a blockade. They're not going to keep blockade, right? It wouldn't. I don't actually think it'd be unreasonable, but. Am I gonna trigger a bad shuffle here if I discard too much? Or 5. 6, 7. No. All right, so blockade. Rack sheepdog, and then do math. That's the plan. That's not great. We're 1 coin short of avoid double 4. The void is pretty good. I think we might have to do it. Kind of just want more sheepdogs than blockade the other stuff. Because, like, throne room... I mean, throning blockade would be good. So we could do double avoid sheepdog. Then we are going to have... like, end up triggering a bad shuffle, though, so that doesn't really make a ton of sense. What if we did charm for Sheepdog silver? Or maybe we just take a farmhands and set aside a copper. It's kind of underwhelming, admittedly, but okay. All right. I do think that getting more blockades is pretty good. I do. All right, now we have the avoid double 4. We could get another farmhands and set another copper aside. Like throne farmhands. Oh, blockade the farmhands and the sheepdogs. That's rude. We throw in the farmhands to try to find the sheepdog. Maybe? We also want to find Charming Counterfeit. Bah. Oh well. Alright. One more blockade. Might be time for Tiara. We're short again. It's getting to the point where Swamp Shacks is going to be pretty good. But how much more draw do we care to have? Probably some. The other option would be, you know, taking like another charm or something. Probably should have taken Tiara sooner, actually. The top decking is pretty good. On top of double playing charm or counterfeit. You know, the swag move would be to leave the sheepdog in hand, buy something, and then react as Way of the Monkey. Just saying. We're gonna have to lead with the Swamp Shacks, but then we can activate the sheepdog. Our opponent doesn't have any blockades down, which is nice. We only have the one sheepdog to react with anyway, so we might as well do that first. What do we want to gain? Definitely want to gain at least one sheepdog. I think that much is clear. I wouldn't mind throning a blockade. There's other farmhands down there. All right, let's grab Swamp Shack's throne room. And the counterfeit, Tiara the counterfeit, or the charm. We can get to 4 and then gain a bunch of cards, and maybe we can afford to not get a void right now. I think that's probably fine. All right. Throne room. Top deck. Swamp Shacks. Top deck. More blockade. Do not top deck. Oh, wow. That was a dud. Alrighty. Arm hands. Run a Swamp Shacks and it will draw 4, which is okay. I don't think we're going to need the actions from Throne, but I'm not totally sure about that. I'd rather hold it back so that in case I don't immediately draw a blockade. Okay. So now it's Throne blockade to gain Sheepdog. We should monkey this. Swamp Shack's is going to draw more. But oops, nope. To play the blockade normally. All right, I gain. So we gained a Sheepdog. I gain a Swamp Shacks. Gain a Throne Room. Gain another blockade. All right, do we need to score? I don't think our opponent has enough gains for that to matter. I wouldn't mind getting another charm. I should have gotten another tiara too. We could just do like Treasury Charm and rely on our blockades to gain the cheap stuff. That seems reasonable. Or Treasury Double Charm. Sure, top deck that. Also, there's a lot of curses that they would have to take. Yeah, they got out ahead on the blockade stuff, but they didn't press that advantage, which I think is going to come back to bite them, assuming I don't screw this all up. Alright, I guess I'm not gaining another tiara. Well, that's another reason for me not to. Yeah, the blockade is like that. Like you think like, I just want a couple blockades and then I can gain stuff. But then it turns out that you just play more and more of them and it's good. Well, I oh, okay. So I played the match on Friday against X Strategist and it was a tie. This one I won 5-1, but I don't feel like I necessarily played this one better or like, more better than my opponent, or however you would express that. Like, I thought my opponent played pretty well for the most part. I think here they didn't get enough blockades, but like in general, I thought they played pretty well. They had a really nice find in that first game, the panic one, where like finding the herbalist pile out. I super wasn't looking at that. They also had a good point about like you could use herbalist to top deck a collection. I mean, you don't really want the collection on top of your deck. I don't really remember what was the draw situation in that kingdom. It was a little bit awkward. Like we had advisor, ride, map maker. It did have map maker, I think, but it was like limited plus actions. Maybe. Oh wait, no, there was town. Yeah, there was map maker, mountain shrine, and town. That's right. Okay, so it was limited plus actions just in the sense that there was like 5 towns each. Anyway, so like herbalist would take up your eternal space, then be top decking collection. Like it is pretty awkward, but on the other hand, like not having to rebuy the collection would be a pretty big deal. So it probably would have been worth doing. I totally blanked on that. Like herbalist is definitely a card that I just completely ignore all the time. Like if it was the only plus buy, I wouldn't have, but it wasn't. So anyway, so that was well spotted on their part. Yeah, I mean obviously I'm happy with the result, but it feels weird to me that I won this one 5-1 when like compared to the other one 3-3 when it's just like felt like they were similarly competitive. But I mean that's how it goes. Anyway, well, I've got another match coming up. Let's see, or other matches coming up. One is on, you know what, I can't remember. I know one is next weekend, and there's one on like the following Tuesday. I think that's what it is. Next Saturday, or no, Friday? Maybe it's Friday. I don't know. No, we didn't schedule for Friday. It was like Saturday and Tuesday. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So yeah. Anyway, I'll be back with more League in about a week. Thanks for watching. Until then.